there's an injustice against you or someone you love or someone you believe in, stand up. Don't sit down on them. They need you.
Welcome to Popcorn Planet's Pop Culture Justice. I am Andy Signore, and I'm so excited to be here with you. Sorry it's later as what had just happened? There she is. Steph the Alter Nerd is here. Oh my God, and look at this new studio that's coming up around her. It looks incredible. How you doing, Steph?
I'm doing very, very well. Happier that things are starting to take shape and take form in the studio. So yeah, more things to come, guys. Stay tuned.
You know, it looks fantastic. Bravo. And more, she showed me some tricks and things. It's going to get even more epic. I can just tell. So stay tuned. And if you haven't already, go subscribe to Steph the Alter Nerd. I had a whole camera reset. Sorry, guys. I know I'm later, but then I was even a little bit later on my later because of some technical problems. But we're here. I'm a little, I don't know. My kid was homesick. I'm not feeling as well, so I may feel a little bit less energetic. That's why it's the flu season. Do you get flu shots, Steph? I don't usually get them. Should I?
I'm eligible to get a free flu shot every year. So yeah, I go to my doctor to get my free flu shot. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys take the flu shot or not? Tell me in the chat. I'm curious what you guys do. But we had some news that I was just going to almost even bail, but I always hate bailing on you guys on our weekday streams because I know it's important and fun for you guys to just hang out. So we're going to hang out for a little bit and not too long, but hang out with you guys just for a bit because we had some breaking news. Breaking news within our community as it's been just kind of a slow news week, if I'm being honest. I'm just waiting for a nice new story to get into. But right now, the big news surrounds this Meghan and Harry. I guess it's Harry and Meghan. He gets first top billing. The Meghan and Harry trailer that's dropping on Netflix. The 2-part. Well, I thought it says here it's a 6-part series.
No. Well, on the trailer, it only announced 2 episodes being released. One is this Thursday, and I believe the other one's next week.
Volume 1, Volume 2. So I guess they're stretching this out. Oh my God, they're going to stretch this out. 6 volumes, so they're probably not that long. So they can really space it out, which is really weird because they don't usually do this for shows. So they know what they have and what they've bought, and they're like, we're going to stretch out the drama and the royals and make them sweat. Sorry. Well, we can talk about that. We can talk about Meghan. I honestly don't care about Meghan. I know Steph has a lot of her feelings on Meghan, but inside this trailer, which, again, I don't really care. I mean, it looks interesting. I'm going to watch it. But there's a portion as we watch. Did I miss it? Oh, wait. Who was that?
Oh,
who was that?
Who's that?
Who was that?
It's about hatred. It's about race.
It's a dirty game.
What? It's about hatred. It's about
race.
Steph, that guy looks familiar. We don't usually get to see him in all his glory. But Bouzy! Bouzy! There he is. Bouzy has finally made an appearance, and he's in the trailer, and he's in the documentary defending Meghan and Harry, saying it's all about hatred, it's all about race. Now, there's a lot to unpack on this. Who is Christopher Bouzy? As now people are trying to figure out who this guy is, this mystery man. Well, you're going to help me too, because Nate, the lawyer, I'm trying to get him. I know he's slammed, but Nate, the lawyer, just did a pretty good stream. Steph caught it, where he basically acknowledges the fact that because of this now documentary, because of Bouzy's appearance, a lot of media outlets are suddenly now getting curious. Who is this guy? And they're asking Nate. They're asking Nate to get some of this intel. Steph, illuminate us a bit more. How is Bouzy getting exposed now by making this appearance in this documentary?
Because Nate's giving any media that's going to him everything. So the Bitcoin scam that he was involved in, the other lawsuit that Bouzy's involved in, where there's been a default judgment against him, they're going to be finding out about that. All the dirt that Nate has dug up about Bouzy via his own lawsuit. He said, when media outlets are coming to me now asking about who is Bouzy, I'm giving them everything. Like, he's giving them everything. So instead of them turning around and being like, oh, Mr. Christopher Bouzy is so wonderful, he's got Bot Sentinel and he fights against hatred online, blah, 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 blah. Nah, they're really getting like the real meat and potatoes from Nate now. So yeah.
Well, and it's just
Bouzy
the irony
screwed.
look, I don't want to tear people down just to tear people down. Like, that's not what we do here. That's not what this is about. But Bouzy is one of those guys that has harassed and lied, in my opinion, with his research and his ways. And he went after Nate with hatred and racism. Like, that's what's so frustrating about this whole thing. Like, I don't give a crap about this guy. I don't care if he wants to go make some data. Like, I wouldn't give two shits, but he's out there as this authority, this data analysis, trying to claim like his figures are the only figures and they're real. And the more we've uncovered because of his fights with Nate and others, he's a charlatan. Like, it's all just a scam, in my opinion, because I got to be careful. But from what we've gathered, and as we hope, and Nate gets through discovery and doing this through a legal process, we're going to actually get the truth on Christopher Bouzy and Bot Sentinel. In fact, it's starting to get so hairy that Amber's own attorney has had to now step in and represent Bouzy. Now, Steph, I mean, I'm speculating. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know. But that sure seems like a move that Amber's doing to try to protect herself. Because why on earth would you bring in somebody else into your thing unless he maybe has some other stuff that could get discovered in said lawsuit that they don't want out? And so now he's a liability, it seems, to Amber's team. They're not just how does Amber have the money to help take on, other people's lawsuits and stuff? And how would Bouzy have the money? You know what I mean?
There's another theory on that one, which is not only does he have a hate tracker for Amber Heard, he also does have one for Meghan and Harry. And so it's all interconnected. Does Amber not want things to come out with his discovery against Nate about her? Hell yeah. Does she have the money, though, to pony up his defense against Nate? Not where I'm standing. But the other players involved, Meghan and Harry, and what he knows behind the scenes, opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever, and what could be found out in discovery about Meghan and Harry could be quite destructive for them. So it may be that Meghan and Harry might be ponying up the funds for Christopher Bouzy to be able to get Amber's team involved, because then it's a two birds, one stone situation there.
Yeah, I mean, the only reason I mean, maybe it's true. It's the fact that it's Amber's attorney, though, makes it more strange to me. That seems like, let's keep it in the family, right? Let's make sure it's all buttoned up. But there's a lot of people.
Strange. That's just tactical, isn't it?
Sure. I mean, to put the look on her, I guess. Hey, we'll pay Amber's team to do it. I mean, it's a lot of people to step up for Bouzy, but yeah, I mean, I don't know why they would do this. I mean, I don't know why Meghan and Harry would either. So they have a hate tracker, et cetera. I guess they want to legitimize his research and not have it be caught, maybe. Maybe he's gotten them to pony up and pony up some money just to allow it. Maybe. Again, we're speculating. I want to be careful. I got no proof of this, but I'm just based on what we've seen, based on his data. It just isn't good data. It's all, and what the actions he's done through Nate and elsewhere. It just doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't make any sense how they're affording this. He doesn't like conversation. That's the other thing that's very interesting about Bouzy. When confronted, he just runs and turns it off. And it just like in the beginning, it was just like he would come at us, and then we would be like, all right, well, what is it? And then he would just block and talk smack, and then you can never even respond in any way because he wants to keep it in one way. And that's what's crazy about it. And when we're talking about not even like his personal life, it's just we're talking about literally, the data he's giving us and where does it come from and how's he legally getting it, all this stuff. And is he being paid by Amber? Like, these are all ethical questions that I feel like we need to know from the data analyst behind it all. So he's put himself in there, and this is part of the mix. So now, by putting himself in this documentary and helping Meghan and Harry, which shows he must have a relationship with them, because they're producing this, I think, right, Steph? Aren't they producers on this documentary? Yeah, so they would have been able to say no, I would think, right, to not having him?
Yeah. They would have some form of control in terms of who they have on and who they don't. I mean, for goodness sake, when they did a tour in South Africa a few years back, and they were visiting the house of Archbishop Desmond Tutu, they had like a press pool that was there, but Harry and Meghan had full control over where the press pool were going to be and who was going to be in that press pool. So if they have that element of control over media in that sense, yeah, they've got an element of control with the Netflix documentary of who they were going to have on and who they weren't. Totally.
Yeah, I mean, and he is a resource. He's a resource for them because
Loosely
he's able
speaking.
to. Yeah, I mean, he's able to vocalize like this narrative that they're out there spinning. But you know, even beside all that, like the data that I don't believe in, it's the fact that what he said to Nate, the disgusting stuff he said to Nate, just goes against exactly what he's saying in Cap and Meghan. Like he's a complete hypocrite. He's a complete hypocrite. And anyway, it's lovely to hear as he's, you know, being put a spotlight on. The media is not just doing what they always do, which was like, oh, let's just assume that this tracking device, this Bot Sentinel team is legit. Because that's all we've ever been just trying to do is like, I don't care about Christopher Bouzy. He wouldn't have been sued and all this stuff had he hadn't keep egging everybody on is what's so crazy. Like what this is about is like your research is biased and you're trying to claim that it's not. That's the only real bone to pick with Bouzy. For Meghan Markle and Harry to be so confident to put him in here, it's pretty telling. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. And it's good to see the media at least coming out to get a little bit more background on him because for someone who's doing data, you know, some of his alleged scams from the past, I do think are relevant because it's all about, well, where are you getting this data? Or how are you illegally getting this data, which Steph and others have been looking into as well, based off the, you know, sort of certain laws of where you're getting it. There's a lot of questions that I think that are very fair and he won't, you know, address them because it sure looks like he's got something to hide. Yeah, so that's where all this gets complicated and where it's all interesting. So as we were going through this, I mean, here's Nate. He also said, Bouzy claimed he was being paid by Meghan, then retracted that claim so he could look impartial. Authors of the book Finding Freedom also claim they did not work with Harry and Meghan. That was a lie. This is going to be good. So yeah, Nate's been on this and Nate's making it very clear you know what it is. Here's a tug. Chris Bouzy got exposed because of the Meghan Markle documentary. He takes money to silence people on Markle and Amber Heard, working with Rolling Stone, Taylor Lorenz, the Washington Post to attack folks like myself. Oopsie. Facts. And so that's what's happening here. And so when someone like this, who's trying to trick us and use the mainstream media, I mean, his tactics are to cozy up with the reporters that we all know that aren't being very honest, that are biased, and to give them data to justify their narratives is what happens in this world. And so, yeah, we got to expose this nonsense and we got to expose Bouzy. And it sounds like we'll see if some of these media outlets are wise enough to take Nate's info and go, let's not actually run with this. But we know how the media works, Steph. They don't seem to really care about integrity or what's right. Other thoughts on this? Go ahead.
So, Nate was referencing an article that was released about Bouzy about a month and a half, 2 months ago now. A little bit of an interview with him. And it was funny because there was a paragraph in there that was like, and he's being paid by Team Amber, Team Meghan and Harry, Pete Buttigieg, and other people, right? And Bouzy got scared on Twitter because then he turns around on Twitter and he's like, I've just spoken to the editorial team and this bit's incorrect. I never got paid, blah, blah, blah. So we're gonna be deleting that, this, that, and the other. It's like, dude, it's so freaking obvious, being conspiracy theory or whatever, that you're getting paid by these people. Otherwise, why would you do it in the first place? Like, come on, logic here dictates dude's getting paid. And for him to go on the Meghan and Harry documentary on Netflix, I think just proves it even further. If he's not getting paid by Meghan and Harry and let's say Amber, why are there specific hate trackers for them on Bot Sentinel? Why specifically them? Why aren't there hate trackers for, other celebrities out there, or anything like that. Why specifically those two? So yeah, this dude, Penny Conspiracy Theory, whatever, is an absolute scam artist, fraud. If you've heard the latest, he's trying he's trying to launch his own social media called Spoutable. Which is absolutely insane. He's turned around and he said, if I get 100,000 people to sign up, I will develop and launch Spoutable, the Twitter alternative, because Twitter's going to shiz under Elon Musk's rule. Well, if he thinks that, then think ahead. Go on. Go think that, Chris, and bog off Twitter and remove Bot Sentinel from Twitter. And you know what? Problem freaking solved. You go do your Spoutable and freaking basically go the way of, MySpace, become less relevant by the freaking minute. But yeah, apparently he got 100,000 people to sign up.
100,000?
I wonder how many of those are
numbers.
Actually people. I'm just asking a question. Also, as well, if you are thinking of signing up to Christopher Bouzy's potentially new social media, be very careful. I would say, in my opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever. The only reason being is because I've seen some snapshots of people signing up to this, or they're looking into it, right? And it doesn't seem to be, from what I can tell, any privacy policy that tells you what is he doing with that sign-up information. You're signing up, you're giving him this information to sign up to this thing, right?
Yep.
But to my knowledge, in terms of what I've seen, there's no blurb turning around and saying, okay, this is what we're going to be doing with your information. Bear in mind that nothing's actually been built. He's not shown us anything. He's just shown you a logo, what it's called, and that's it. So what are you really signing up for? Because there's nothing really of substance that he's able to provide you to sign up to, in my opinion. But yeah.
Yeah, it's wild. It's wild. And I don't know why Netflix is allowing this. I mean, they probably just don't know. I wonder if enough people, if they really pay attention, this will matter, but definitely doesn't make them look good. As all these lawsuits that Nate is working on against him, the fact that the one lawsuit, already is into judgment, that Bouzy's got a lot to explain from his businesses and stuff. And so we'll see what happens. This was probably shot a while back. I'm sure they maybe don't even realize, or when this was there, this was a dramatic line. Maybe he gets cut out of the whole thing. That has happened before, So it'll be interesting how involved he is in this. But given the narrative he's spinning, and to see Meghan and Harry jump on this, like the hate, everyone was trying to get us and kill us and I don't see how they can not have him. You know what I mean, Steph? It seems like they're pretty reliant on him as part of that narrative of the story. When you watch the trailer, which I don't really want to watch to get dinged, but it's all about not wanting to repeat what happened to his mom, and just hyping up, what happened to Meghan, and no one knows the full truth, as Harry's saying. And look, at a certain point, like, I'm not a fan of Meghan Markle. I don't really care. I know, Steph, you have your own feelings because it's more about your country, and I respect it. So I'm not here to be positive, but look, the media was intense to her. They're intense to all these royals, and I do feel a bit on just how intense it got against her. My issue with her, as Steph's eloquently put, it's like, if you don't want this drama and you're trying to have the private life, why are you making documentaries and podcasts and books and all this other nonsense? Like, if you want to go be the mom with Archie and go live your life and go make other art and not be the Duchess and not be the Prince, then stop using the titles and stop causing the drama. It's just, it doesn't make sense to me. They want to have it both ways. And I do understand why that makes people upset. So look, I'm going to watch this documentary. In fact, we can announce it, right, Steph, on this date, on December 8th. We are going to have a stream here, but then make sure we push over to a watch party or if you guys have Netflix, we'll do a redirect over to Steph so you guys can watch a live stream of Volume 1 together. You just have to have your own Netflix, right, Steph? Hook that up. What's happening?
Yeah, so you'll need to have your own Netflix because I won't be able to show it for copyright reasons. But yeah, 8 o'clock UK time over my neck of woods on Steph the Alter Nerd, I will be doing a watch party of the Harry and Meghan Volume 1 situation. I'll be watching it for the first time because I won't have the chance during the day because I'm working. So yeah, you'll be able to see my unfiltered reactions to this epic masterpiece. Get your eyeballs and ear holes ready, because I feel a few Steph rants coming on.
Oh, they're gonna be there, no doubt.
I think by the end of it, it's like I'm just like it's gonna be like a volcano coming out of my head. I just feel it's gonna go that route. But yeah,
no doubt.
Rant and rave with me together as we watch it. Why the heck not?
No doubt, you're not going to miss this. So stay tuned for Volume 1, and she'll do Volume 2 as well. I want to watch it with Steph ranting and raving throughout it because this does look pretty interesting. I got to be honest, Steph. I'm intrigued. But what is your suspicion on this? That he's going to just rag on the royals? You think a lot? This is going to be something that they're going to be stressing about?
Totally. They're going to rag on the royals. They're going to say, "Oh, poor us. We're the ones in the right. You shouldn't have been treating us this way. We should be treated better, blah, blah, blah." I think they're going to make huge, massive comparisons to Princess Diana and say that basically they're in the same boat to what Princess Diana went through, which, no, they are not. Not even in the freaking slightest. That's insane. And yeah, royals are bad. Royals are evil. We are good. The UK media's evil. We are good. Even though they'll probably miss out the bit right at the beginning where we welcomed her with open arms and the media were proper positive about Meghan. Like, we were so happy, we were so excited for Meghan to come into the royal family and be part of the country and be part of our national identity, this, that, and the other. Bet you all they will gloss over that and they'll just be, the media's always been nasty towards Meghan. Get to F. So yeah, and I also predict many, many Steph rants from me.
I mean, look at that smirk. It's coming. Harry smirk.
Yeah.
He's not holding back. Well, there you go. That's the update on Bouzy. We got lots more. We're going to hang for another half hour or so here just to talk to you guys, but I want to trim it just in case to keep us a little bit shorter to get you guys watching. Make sure you go subscribe to Steph the Alter Nerd as well. And if you haven't already subscribed, join both of our channels. Hit that join button, pick a tier, become an Alter Tribe leader, become a Popcorn Planeteer at any level, and support us if you can. That way you can watch the full shows at your leisure as part of the perks of membership here at the replays. We hang for a little while, but I do trim the main topic out. So thank you for watching this portion. If you're watching live, don't go anywhere. We're just getting started.